Hi again, this is going to be the fourth and final video on the love, romance and relationships little mini series or whatever you want to call it that I'm doing. This final video, it's going to be about what you can learn, what can I learn from this relationship. So this is about what you can learn from a past relationship or a present relationship or connection. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the light, the shadows, whatever it is you need to know. And I'm about to repeat something that I've said during each of these videos, so if you've already heard this and you're sick of it now, just skip through until you see the cards start flying out. Basically, I'm doing these videos on love, romance and relationships because although I want the channel to focus more on our journey, our path, our development, our growth, our understanding, I feel like I've been holding back, resisting, restraining a part of myself, or something that needs to be shared around relationships, and it could be something that's really useful to someone out there. These readings, they're kind of timeless. They're on your timeline, however it applies to you if it resonates. So past, present, it could be past, present or future. I'm just reading the energy. It's for people who are single, committed and everything in between. I wanted to do something different, so I'm asking specific questions, and I want it to be purposeful. I want the messages to be something that can help us on our path and support our connections. This channel isn't suddenly going to become all about love. It still will be about our growth, evolution and understanding, but honestly we learn a hell of a lot through our connections with other people, whether they're romantic or non-romantic connections. And I can give proof of that. My biggest spiritual awakening and evolution was triggered by a romantic connection. It changed a lot about the way I view myself, other people, my place in the world. It's ongoing as well, in terms of the learning and the growth. But it was like 15 years of growth and evolution in less than 5 years, so like a fast track or something. And I can't deny or ignore how relevant relationships can be. So yeah, this morning the first thing I thought was, got to do the love reading, even though I was kind of resistant to it. So I planned the approach, the questions, and then I remembered also I did a new moon reading last night, new moon in Leo, and that was titled Dedication to Truth, Values and Authenticity. So that's what I'm trying to do. And the 3 readings I've done so far, that theme has stuck through each reading, and we'll see what happens with this one. So I'm a Libra Sun and Venus, so relationships will always be important and relevant to me. I can't run away from that as much as I might try and have done. And I'm also a Leo Moon and Rising, which is associated, one of the things it is associated with is romance as well. So we're still in Leo season, and Leo is very much about expressing from the heart, honouring yourself and having the courage to speak up. We've got Venus retrograde as well, and the retrogrades bring things back up to the surface, with Leo being a sign that likes to shine. We're shining the light on romance, I guess. And then also North Node is still in Aries, South Node is in Libra, and that can show us how relationships can support our path as well, how to integrate the self and partnerships in the best ways. So enough with the chat. The books you can see in front are the ones I'm going to be using for this reading, so let's clear them away and get started. And let me remember this time I'm doing the spread first, because I prefer to do the spread and follow it up with oracle cards to give an overview. So, I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm going to use the gilded for the main spread this time. I've been using it as the clarifier, but let's try it for the main spread. So we're looking at, remind myself, what can I learn from this relationship? So if you have someone in mind, whether it's your present relationship, past relationship, I mean, you might be in a relationship with someone now and be thinking about a past person. But whatever relationship, romantic, is on your mind right now, bear that in mind, have that in mind, and we'll look at what you can learn from that connection or relationship. Good, bad, ugly, light, shadows, whatever's important, and will help us along our path. And maybe if it's a current relationship, it might support the connection, help it to become stronger, better, we'll see. So what's the main thing that we need to know about what we can learn? What's the main thing that we can learn from this particular relationship that we're thinking of? Oh, was that in reverse or not? Okay, I get it. Ace of Swords and Nine of Swords, and I think I already know what that means. And it's still the same theme as well with the new moon reading and the other readings about being dedicated to your truth, values and authenticity, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, same theme, it's sticking by the looks of it. Let's look at your energy within this, about what you can learn. What energy have you been bringing or have brought in the past? We have, right, I'm going to take it. I wasn't sure. 4 of Wands came out. That's fine. 10 of Cups kind of flipped, and I'm going to take it. So let's put that there. I would say that's so far your energy is about you learning about what feels, again, what feels like home to you. You've got a home. I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say what feels stable or something, or makes you feel stable and happy. But home, I guess because home's in the picture and 4 of Wands is associated with home. What feels like home to you, and home is, it should be stable, it should be a sanctuary, it should be where you can be vulnerable, safe, happy, everything in between, where you can be everything, where you can be yourself, hopefully. Let's look at any external energy. So we will do this as the other person, whether it's a past connection, present connection, whoever this other person is that's on your mind now. What energy are they bringing into the situation? Have they brought into the situation? Whatever's most relevant about what you learn or what you can learn from the connection. Oh, the deck's not upside down. Is it Queen of Cups? Is this somebody who's not very emotionally expressive? Okay, let's get past energy between you and this person. Three of Pentacles. So there must have been some effort made at the very least. It's gone blurry. I think it's because I've got the camera higher up than usual, so it's a bit yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Right, current energy within this situation where you are learning something or have learnt or can learn. Empress. Oh, that's a beautiful card. It's really funny. I was saying that the first 2 readings I did about what's coming in and where is this going in relationships, I thought those would be the lighter ones and they were heavy. And the last one I did was challenges in love. That was really light. I thought that would be heavy because it's about challenges. This one is what can I learn? And I mean, yes, you've got the 9 of Swords there. You've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, but it doesn't feel as heavy as the first 2. So I'm finding it slightly strange, but it is what it is. So future energy for what can I learn? So what could you learn in the future, or what do we need to know? God, no, we're going to keep it upright. Yeah, we're going to keep it upright. The High Priestess was, I'm not even sure if it was reversed, but we're going to keep it upright. So we've got the King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Pentacles. And let's do the advice card. I'm hearing trust yourself again with that King of Swords, and you've got the High Priestess too, and the Knight of Pentacles is, they're very methodical and take slow, carefully considered steps. So of course they're going to trust themselves. So that's the future energy. Advice is strength. This is quite positive. I mean, I know you've got a person, you've got a bit of anxiety, however that's come about. You've got a person that looks like they're a bit emotionally available, but the bottom row looks really positive. I mean, the Empress is, why wouldn't they trust themselves or know what they want, what they're doing? You've got Justice on the bottom as well. So let me just move these along and spread them out a bit. I need to learn to spread, if I'm giving myself this much space, I need to learn to spread the cards out a bit more, don't I? Instead of just scrunching them all up in one position, in one place on the board. So what I'm going to do, like I did in the last reading, is I'm going to get one Goddess, Gods and Guardians card each for you and the other person involved in this, just to sort of represent their energy, what energy they have brought or are bringing into the situation that we are learning from. So your energy, first of all. High Priest of Atlantis, chakra healing. I will have to check that because, I mean, it's not overly complicated, but I will check it. Queen of Cups in reverse. So that's the other person's energy. What are they? This person that's on your mind, that relationship that you're learning from, what energy have they brought or are they bringing into the situation? Ogma, watch your words. Okay, that's interesting. I will look that one up as well. And I may not read like the full message, but I'll at least get the gist of it. So let's get a Power of Surrender card as well before I start clarifying and looking into things fully. So Power of Surrender card. What can be learned? What can I learn from this relationship? Surrender to your intuition. You've got the High Priestess and the King of Swords there. Surrender drama. So surrender your intuition, tune into your inner voice, be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. And surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And I'm going to get one card from the Enchanted... Okay, the Fairy Tale Oracle. This is a really unusual deck, and I think when I first got it, I had high hopes for it, and then I wasn't overly... I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't connect with it. I've used it for one or two readings now, and I actually quite like it, although the messages can sometimes be slightly difficult to grasp or just a lot to take in. But I don't know, I feel like the time is right, so let's go for it with this. So let's see, what can we learn from this relationship? We have 2, that's plenty, because they're like literal fairy tales. This one again, and they are quite long, like some of them are like 3 pages long. Rumpelstiltskin's Secrets, I had that. I don't know, did I have that when I did one of my own personal readings or in an actual recorded? I can't remember, but I remember reading it a day or 2 ago. So that one can go there. Let's move these up a little bit. And we have the Sea Maiden Promises. Okay. Right, let's do... I've moved that a bit too far up, haven't I? You can't see that. That's fine. So that Rumpelstiltskin one, I should remember that because I only read it. It was about discovering... She discovers Rumpelstiltskin's name. He keeps it a secret and he's basically blackmailing her about giving her her firstborn child. So I probably won't read the whole story. I'll just do the key points. So they tried to control her, basically. Her dad kind of pimped her out. He kind of pimped her out because she could... I think she sews, doesn't she, or spins... She spins straw into gold. So her dad pimped her out to a king, was it? Yeah, she must prove her father's boast about spinning gold by presenting the king with gold in the morning. So I was given her a ridiculously short amount of time to spin this gold, straw into gold, or she'll die if she doesn't do it because her dad lied, basically. So Rumpelstiltskin comes along, says he'll do the task for her, but he's kind of blackmailing her. Eventually, it's a long story, and I can't remember this from childhood either, so I can't even remember that part. But she gets out of it. She has to figure out his name. She kind of somehow overhears him saying his name and then gets out of it. So the main points here are... Right. Is that the Promises card? It's not the Promises card. It's only because I can see stuff about promises. It says, when this card comes to you, check on what promises or debts you have inherited. This is karmic contracts. Check on what promises or debts you have inherited. Be wary of others making promises for work you can do without consulting you. And always know that there can be a way out even of the most awful contracts and promises. You have talents and gifts and they need to be valued for themselves, as do you. Yeah, so it's like they only valued her for what she could do in terms of spinning this gold, straw into gold, not as an individual. And this is a running theme as well about being yourself and being accepted for who you are, which was in the last reading. So the meanings in the book, a list of them are impossible task, unkeepable promises, unfair agreements, the power of the name, there is a way out of an obligation, You have been misrepresented. You will find solutions. There is a power in knowing a being's true name. Sounds like something out of an exorcism film, doesn't it? Promises falsely won cannot be kept. And then we get a promises card. So this one, I don't know what this is. I may have to, I mean, how long is it? I may have to read. Oh, this is, should I? I think I can read, I don't know. I'll try and pick out key points, because even I start to lose concentration when I'm reading things this long. I mean, if I'm sitting on my own, just chilling, reading it, it's fine. But when I'm doing an actual reading, I get distracted reading it myself, and then I don't actually take any of it in. So I don't know what I'm talking about when I actually have to refer back to it. So a key point here, the story is a metaphor. It begins with a man wishing for more than he has. When times are lean, what do we give away in order to prosper? And when the time comes to make the payment, how do we deal with our changed feelings and circumstances? When times are tough, we make promises. A key point here, take more care, be respectful, and connect more with all that is sacred. Let's see what else we get out of here. That's a key point, because it's okay. It's in this card, we are reminded of the power of promises and debt. When we give our word, watch your words. I don't know how that's going to develop, but that's interesting. When we give our word and stake our claim, we will be reminded of this in some way. Was someone not honest about how they feel, or in some way, shape or form, with that Queen of Cups? That's a possibility. Remember that the giving of our word is a serious matter. So the perspective of the sea maiden, she's like the key figure in the tale. She's lonely and wishes only for a mate. She keeps her end of the bargain. Yeah, what else? Okay, it's about giving to get, because it says the tale reminds us that often help is given because we are expected to return the assistance in some way. So you know, and people only give something to get something back in return, rather than out of pure generosity. The other meanings it gives, a list of meanings, are inherited sadness, madness, family debt. This is starting to sound like karma, like karmic contracts maybe. Patterns can be cleared for good, keeping our word, being prepared to make a sacrifice, choosing what you will give up, honouring a deal fairly made, changing your fate, or surviving your destiny. I would have to literally sit down and read this story properly to understand it. Yeah. That's what I mean. Some of the stories in here are a bit of a mixture where you'd probably have to read it a couple of times to fully get it. Let's look at that central energy, which I said, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. I actually can't remember what I said now, but I think it's authenticity again, being your true self. The book scrambled my brain trying to figure that out. Okay, so Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. What's that about? And we are focusing on what can you learn from the relationship. And I'd say the first thing you can learn is to be honest and stand in your truth. Five of Cups, that's disappointment. Maybe you spoke your truth in the past and you didn't get the result that you'd hoped for in a relationship. Maybe you did open up, and that, yeah, that's all I can say for that for now. Maybe you opened up and someone didn't. We've got the King of Pentacles there. That is a strange combination. Five of Cups and King of Pentacles. Oh, we got the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something about opening up or not opening up. And then we got the Ten. Oh, yeah. Right, so I would say there is something about a need to open up here it could be fear around opening up. Are you afraid to open up and speak your truth in relationships, or is there someone you're dealing with who's afraid to open up and speak their truth? I mean, we've got Five of Cups here. That could be that you've been hurt in the past when you've opened up, or, you know, sometimes when people are in relationships and they express how they feel and then the other person knocks them back, it could be that that's happened to someone you're involved with, or you've done that to someone. I mean, you've got King of Pentacles there, so that is someone who would have wanted to, I imagine that's someone that wanted to provide, or that is something that you desired. Maybe you viewed someone as that King of Pentacles, but there's some kind of disappointment here. So maybe they expressed to you how they felt and you knocked them back, and then they're disappointed and now they're closed off, or you expressed to them how you felt and were ended up disappointed and they were closed off to you. Either way, it's ended. Something ended here. But the key point is stress or anxiety around opening up. That's the key thing to be learned here. So I would say there's a need. Don't be afraid to open up again. Let's look at the Four of Wands and Ten of Cups as your energy. I would say that's your desire. And wanting whatever feels like home to you, regardless of what may have happened, potentially happened. I mean, it could be fear as well. Sometimes that key energy of the Ace of Swords and Nine of Swords, wasn't it? Nine of Swords? It can be a projection that if you open up, this is what will happen, because anxiety is fear, isn't it? It doesn't... If it was the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups, I mean, even if it was the Five of Cups behind it, I would say that it's already happened, but it could be a projection, possibly. You'll know if that, how that relates to you, if it's happened already or if it's a fear. But ooh, okay, don't know why that fell out like that. I wasn't shuffling. But Four of Wands, Ten of Cups. Let's see, what do we get for your energy here? Tower. Okay, and the Hanged Man. So I don't know, that could have been, you could have had an epiphany that made you realize what feels like home or what you desire. Let's see what else comes out for that. The Hermit. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of an epiphany, because that's where you've been on a spiritual journey. Page of Swords is new truth. Page of Cups is excuse me, I'm starting to get a dry throat because this is my fourth reading, so my throat's getting dry now. And it's strange how it happens in the reading where there's an issue of speaking up, isn't there? Page of Cups is emotional expression. You may have had to overcome any fears or anxiety around expressing yourself. If something's happened in the past where you did express yourself and you were left disappointed. But regardless of what happened, it's clearly changed things, and I guess you've kind of started from scratch now, where you kind of know more what you want and what will make you happy and what you need to be stable. And let's check that chakra healing meaning, if I can. High Priestess of Atlantis. Nourish your spiritual energy centers, harmonize from within. So it talks about the chakras, and if they're out of balance, it says you may feel ungrounded, creatively stuck, or out of touch with your feelings. You may struggle to speak up for yourself. That again, set boundaries. I mean, that Ace of Swords can be about boundaries as well. Maybe you had to shut someone down because, for whatever reason, you will know the reason. And that Ten of Swords, etc., represents you shutting things down or disappointing them. Trust your inner knowing, or to see the bigger picture in your life. Physical ailments may also show up as a result of blocked chakra energy. Chakra healing will benefit you, even if you haven't noticed the signals. Invite instant support. Imagine your chakras as flowers or orbs, and that is really strange, because I was looking through some pictures the other day of my child, and he was dancing to a song, in the video, and I forgot. It was only when I looked back at the video and I was like, oh yeah, that's what happened in that video, and it was full of orbs. And yeah, you could say it was specks of dust or whatever, but this, if it was dust, it's really strange how the dust was moving long before he started dancing. Constant orbs through the video. It's really interesting to watch, and I showed it to someone else and even they were like, is that orbs? Someone that's not even that big into that kind of spiritual stuff as well, but it was really fascinating. Anyway, so imagine your chakras as flowers or orbs extending upwards from the base of your spine to your crown. They glow red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Visualize me sending my Atlantean crystal energy to each one so they become bright and clear. To complete, imagine white light surrounding your body and brown roots extending from your feet into the earth. Additional meanings: Reiki healing is part of your divine life. Also, you're activating your Atlantean 12 chakra system. The high priest can guide you to the right support. The invocation says, I easily balance my chakras. I am light and energy. I would say that you're already doing this, or you're trying to do it. I mean, Four of Wands can be about balance as well. I would say it's more about overcoming. I mean, you've got surrender to your intuition and surrender to the drama as well. I'd say you're overcoming anything that's put you off balance before, especially when it comes to speaking up, speaking out, those kind of things. And I'm looking at focus on the secrets and promises card, and I'm not 100% sure how they fit in. I feel like they are more to do with this other person. Maybe they've kept secrets, if not you. Maybe, I mean, again, I said there may be something about karmic contracts here. I don't know about that stuff very well, but that's a thought that's come into mind. Let's look at the other person. So we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. That is someone who, it can be emotional manipulation. It can also be someone that's not expressing their emotions. So let's clarify her, or that energy, because it may not be. I just got one come out, the Five of Pentacles, but I'm going to put it back because I wasn't focused. So Queen of Cups. And it's probably the same card in reverse. Three of Swords. Okay. It looks like, I would say, Three of Swords. Is it someone holding back their emotions? Is it someone trying to hide their pain with that Three of Swords? Everything's flying out in reverse. Oh, okay, I was going to say everything's flying out in reverse because it looked like it, but it's not. Nine of Swords. Oh, this is some heavy energy. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Oh, God. Does someone regret not expressing their emotions that you were involved with? That looks horrible, to be honest. Three of Swords. I was going to say it could potentially be someone coming out of pain, but with that and that, it's more like someone trying to hide it, resist it. Well, I don't think you can really resist it, so I'd say it's avoid it or hide it. But you've got Nine of Swords. That's where you're up at night. That's where you are stressed the hell out. So if this person has been trying to resist pain, whether it's pain from a past relationship that's nothing to do with you, or whether it's through an involvement with you, then I don't mean to be a bitch, but good luck to them trying to resist and hide and avoid that pain. It's gonna come back up. I mean, yeah, Queen of Cups is pushing down their emotions, aren't they? Or in reverse, resisting emotions. So I think I'll get one more for that, although I don't know if that will help. It will probably be some other really weird card. What can I learn from this relationship? I would say learn not to do what they're doing, because whatever they're doing is messing them up big time. And I know it's not a joke, but yeah. Don't do what they're doing. Whatever they're doing, it's not helpful. Okay, we got the Hierophant and the Seven of Pentacles, yeah. It looks like they are or have been avoiding their emotions. The Hierophant there, it can be about tradition, beliefs. And then the Seven of Pentacles is assessing. That can be to do with effort. So it could potentially be, if it's someone you're involved with or were involved with, maybe they had such strong beliefs, and I don't mean necessarily religious, but just their own beliefs on how things should be and what they want, that they may not have, they may have been too judgmental. towards you and the relationship, and constantly, I don't want to say criticizing, but that's the only word that I can think of that comes to mind, like constantly questioning it, and if they want to invest. And I don't like that word when it comes to relationships as well. I mean, I know it's sometimes it's true, but it's along the lines for me where you say, no, I don't know if I want to invest with this person. I know it's sometimes the truth, but it's just slightly demeaning, along the lines of talking about people as options. But I guess it's true, so I can't deny that one, whereas the whole options thing just pisses me off. I'll be honest. It's just like, nobody's an option. We're opportunities, not options. We're not the chocolate where you've got different flavors. We're humans with feelings and value. Yeah, they could have spent too much time assessing whether it fits in with what they want and what they believe, and then they may have held back their emotions and it screwed them over, which, what can I say about that? I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can get from that, and I don't know, to be honest. The main thing I'm picking up on is that they are avoiding feelings, what was the thing I said? I said avoiding feelings or hiding feelings, and it's screwing them up big time. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, to be honest, but I don't know what to say about that. So let's look at Agma, watch your words, because this is one that hasn't come up for me when I've used this deck before, so I've got not a clue how deep it gets. Oh, Oma, not Agma. Celtic warrior of literature, eloquence and speech. Infuse your language with light. Your words your words matter. This is, somebody could have said the wrong thing or not said what they meant, or just somehow they twisted their words, or their words got twisted. And we all do it sometimes, where we say something and it doesn't come out as what we actually wanted to say, or we said the wrong thing and then you can't take it back. Yeah, but they're in there, whoever this is, they're in their head a lot. And I mean, it could be past energy. It could be past energy. I mean, we're focusing on what we can learn now from whether it's past or present. So I don't know. It says, and I'm going to read the whole thing because this seems quite relevant. Oma leads you to his standing stone etched in Ogham script. He places your hand upon the rough surface and speaks to you with a light-filled voice. Notice the words you use about yourself, others, and the world. Spoken and written language carry energy that can shape your reality for better or worse. Your body, mind, and spirit respond to the way in which you describe yourself. If you say, for example, I'm useless, I can't do this, I'll never be any good, your cells and vibrational intelligence believe those words. They go on to create experiences that reflect them. But if you say, I'm good enough, I'm doing my best, I can succeed at this, then your energy shifts to create this truth. Your brain chemistry is influenced by what you say. Your mind is always seeking to show you evidence of what you speak about. Notice how you communicate with other people. Do your words lift them up? Before you speak or write, ask yourself if you'd like to receive these words. You have the power to shift the world with language, so use it with care. Additional meanings: pursue creative writing or submit a manuscript to publishers. Learn a new language. You're an inspirational public speaker. Visit I can't even bloody say this, Ogham stone sites in Ireland and Britain. My invocation says, my words make a positive difference. I speak from my soul. And there was a big theme with this Leo thing where I kept on talking about speaking from the heart. And you've got secrets there, haven't you? So, yeah. I'm feeling like there's a possibility that someone said the wrong thing. That person may have said the wrong thing, or just didn't say what they really wanted to say. I mean, you've still got the Ace of Swords lying under here and that 9 of Swords. So there's clearly something about saying the wrong thing or right thing, or expressing yourself clearly. But something, and maybe you said something that was harsh and you didn't mean to. That's a possibility as well. But with the way this person's energy is, it looks like you've learned about expression, whereas their energy is just shitty. And I don't mean shitty as in they're a horrible person shitty. I mean like the energy, whatever is going on in their mind, it's horrible. That is really horrible. I was going to say as well, with that Queen of Cups in reverse, was it that you expressed yourself to them and they didn't believe you? Because that's something that happens as well with people sometimes. They if people have been hurt or they lack confidence or whatever, sometimes if someone, yeah, I've heard a saying, and I don't know whether I want to believe it or not. Somebody said before, if someone tells you, when people tell you that they love you, believe them. And I'm like, really? If like an abusive partner said they loved you, do you believe them? I don't think they meant it in that extreme, because a lot of the stuff we talk about as readers and in general, it's more day-to-day life, like not the hardcore stuff to do with like murder and abuse and stuff. A lot of it is just general day-to-day. So when we're talking about forgiving people, obviously if somebody murdered a village of people, I mean, you can forgive them, but we're not going to be pushing anyone to forgive that kind of stuff. It's more general day-to-day stuff. But that's another discussion that could go on and go in so many different ways. And looking at the clock, I can see this reading might be the longest one of all of them. But yeah. Right, let's move on to the past energy, the Three of Pentacles. This one's slightly more ambiguous in terms of, well, just in general. Well, I know I said it's about expressing and what you say and how you say it and stuff, but it feels a bit more disjointed. We've got that Five of Swords shit, yeah. That's a similar energy to whatever the hell is going on over here, where somebody might have said something that hurt, frankly, and they may not have meant it. Because you've got the Three of Pentacles is where you're trying to bring things together. So I imagine in the past, I mean, that's contracts as well, karmic, possibly karmic contracts. I mean, if justice or something comes out, then yeah, it's karmic. But that's trying to make something work, trying to bring things together. And then there's some kind of sabotage or something here, or just something went wrong and it's swords. So I would say it's words, thoughts that messed things up. You'll know hopefully what that means, or maybe not hopefully, because who wants this energy? Nobody wants this energy. King of Swords, who is very logical and can be known for speaking harshly at times. And oh God, look, it's a repeat. King of Swords, High Priestess. I mean, I don't know what the future energy means here. Well, actually, I would say, right, because you've got that King of Swords and High Priestess with the Knight of Pentacles here, whatever is said, there's a bit more consideration to it, because that Knight of Pentacles is a bit more sensible and considerate. Five of Swords coming before that King of Swords is more likely to be harsh words. The High Priestess can be about secrets. Maybe somebody, whether it's you or them, didn't say what they really meant to say, or said things in a weird way, or just confusion around communication, to be honest. I mean, with that Secrets card there, that is linking with the High Priestess. That flew out near the Secrets. Oh, I knew that was going to come out. I absolutely knew it. I was thinking, as soon as I said confusion around communication, I was thinking, I saw the Two of Swords in my head. Yeah, and again, Secrets. There was a thing about holding back in the previous reading as well. But 100% I would say confusion in communication. And then you've got, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. What do you get when you get confused communication? A little bit of drama. Let's get one more for that. Oh God, too many. A lot. Shall I take it or not? You've got the Eight of Wands. I'm not going to take it though, because they fell out kind of funny, but that again is to do with communication. But let's see. Two of Wands, choices. Let's get one more for that, because that doesn't help anything. Five, oh, that does not help either. Five of Wands, that's conflict again. Maybe someone didn't know what they wanted, because there just seems to be a lot of frigging confusion around this. And that Promises card, it might be that someone, I don't know if I even feel like someone broke a promise, or they just couldn't make a promise, or I might, at the end, if I don't feel any wiser, I might put a clarifier on that Promises card. Let's do the Empress. I really would like to keep this reading within the time frame so I don't have to merge, but because it takes forever to merge, but I might have to actually. So the Empress is the current energy. So that, to me, that's creating something new. I mean, that could be you. in an empowered energy, knowing what you want, knowing what you want to create, giving birth to something new. I would say it's giving birth to something new because we've had temperance come out, and that's creating something new out of different things, out of two different things. It can be about creating peace and harmony as well, patience, moderation. And I would say you've learned to do that probably because we're still focused on what can I learn from this relationship, which I forgot with all that mental confusion. Learning from being left out in the cold. I think I would say the key point in this learning from the relationship is clear communication. No secrets, don't have secrets, keep your promises, trust your intuition, speak the truth, be honest, be open. That's the main thing I would say we need to learn. And with strength there being the advice, without even clarifying it, I would say have the courage to be honest as well. So what else do we get for the Empress? We get the Sun and the Queen of Wands. And I would say, I mean, I know the Queen of Swords is someone that would speak her mind. I would say the Queen of Wands would speak her mind too. She wouldn't be afraid to shine her light, which you've got her with the Sun as well, and be very open about things. And she would bring the lightheartedness to it though, the Queen of Wands, I think. Whereas the Queen of Swords could probably come across as harsh, and that can fit with Watch Your Words as well. Where remember I said that maybe you said something a little harshly to someone, maybe not intentionally, maybe intentionally, I don't know. But to me, the Queen of Wands would bring a lightheartedness to things where it would kind of soften the blow. And it's not to say that you need to restrict yourself or suppress yourself or whatever, but there are some conversations that are hard enough as it is, and you do need to be. Sometimes you need to bring a little humor into it to lighten it a little bit and make it more palatable, if that makes sense. So whatever's gone on here, you've come out of it stronger, I think, or feel, or you're trying to do that anyway. It hasn't completely hardened you or made you miserable and bitter by the looks of it. Hopefully not anyway. Let's clarify this future energy of King of Swords, High Priestess and Knight of Pentacles. And I would say that somebody who's in the more positive energy of the Knight of Swords now. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles, I would say that somebody doing the work, as in doing their own internal work. I have to watch this clock because if it cuts out, I have to be aware of where it's cut in case I need to repeat what I've said. Page of Wands, it's a new journey. We have the Seven of Cups, so I would say that's sometimes it's looking at different perspectives, sometimes it's looking at the dreams that you want to pursue. You've got the Fool there. Is this you? Is this another person? It could be the energy of both. It's hard to say actually. It could be them. It could be either of you, to be honest, that from that situation with all those horrible swords energy and everything, you've learned how to speak your mind and trust your intuition, but in a more carefully considered way. And as I say, it looks like there's work that's been done on yourself here, internal work, and yeah, on a learning journey and being more open-minded from that, whether it's you, them, both of you. It's what you've learned. I have to keep remembering it's what you've learned. Strength. Let's clarify strength. That came out in reverse. Do I want to take that in reverse? No, I don't want to take it in reverse. It doesn't feel right in reverse. Oh, the Ace of Cups. That's beautiful. Whoa, the Star. I mean, because you've got the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups up there, I think you've learned a lot about what you do and don't want in relationships, and you've probably learned a lot about your boundaries, what you want to share emotionally. I mean, you've got a full cup here with the Ace of Cups, you're sharing it there in the Two of Cups, you've got the Star, that's your wishes, hopes, dreams. As I say, you've come out of this more positive. Maybe they have too. But you're the one with the chakra healing card. They're the one with the Watch Your Words card and all the swords and everything. So I don't know. Let's get one more. It's hard to say in terms of this particular relationship what's going on. Six of Wands here. I feel like that's where you would want, I mean, everybody wants to be seen in their relationship. There's an element of clear communication with the Eight of Wands and not holding that back, but being seen as in being understood as well. You know that you want to be understood, you know that you want to be seen, and you have the courage to do whatever it takes to achieve that. So that's been learned, and you're also willing to probably learn more about that as well. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. I am going to go over, so I'm just keeping an eye on this camera. So we're going to get some power of love, and I'm not rushing the reading on purpose, just to keep in with the time. We are literally wrapping it up now. So the power of love oracle cards, let's see what we get for that. Individuality, that's again about being yourself. You have your unique stamp of love on everything you do, and that goes back to the other reading I did just where there was a lot about quirkiness. And I'm not exactly sure how this fits in here, but let's get one to kind of not clarify, but explain that. And as I said, I might go back to that promises one and see if I can get more on that, because I'm still looking to see the camera cut out, and it doesn't look like it has so far. Quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. So in terms of communication, that and it does go with individuality as well. That's where you need to learn to listen, because communication isn't just about expressing, it's about listening and hearing. And remember we said about being seen with the Six of Wands. So the communication, it's listening, it's expressing honestly, openly, listening to the other person, trying to understand them. I mean, you'll establish with your own discernment if what they're saying is bullshit or not, and vice versa. And obviously everybody expresses in individual ways. We all have our unique love languages, our own unique ways of expressing each other, but communication is key. If you can just be open and express honestly, then that can overcome quite a lot of problems. Not everything, but quite a lot. Shall I get one? Yeah, we'll get one more. I don't know if this cut out or not, so there might be something I said that got missed, but it is what it is. And we have loyalty. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. I'd say it's loyal. And I said this in a previous reading. It might have been the Leo, new moon in Leo, about being loyal to yourself. I think it was a King of Pentacles in reverse or something, and there was something about being loyal to yourself and your truth. Yeah, so let's get, all right, let me just quickly clarify that promises card, because that is bugging the shit out of me. I'm not 100% certain what that is about. Maybe it's more to do with loyalty to yourself and keeping the promises to yourself, not to settle in relationships. That could be a thing. But, okay, I think it is, because we've got 10 of Pentacles, which is legacy here. It's stability, commitment. I would say keep your promises to yourself about what you want and desire and your boundaries. But let's get one more. The Chariot. I mean, I keep seeing the Chariot as alignment. I will get one more. Are your hopes, desires, boundaries, etc. in alignment with what you're actually accepting? And oh yeah, okay. And this was on the bottom of the deck. Acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. I mean, it can be about life in general, but what are you accepting in life? Are you accepting what you deserve, what's honorable to you? Or are you accepting less than what you deserve? And that's something you may be learning through this as well. If someone can't be open and honest with you and express themselves properly, can you communicate with them in a way that gets them to open up? Or is it just a lost cause? Do you have to let them go? So one more clarifier for that, and then I'll get a final oracle card from one of the other decks, which I'll say in a minute. I knew this would be the longest reading, but it is what it is. Not, yeah. Nine of Pentacles, that's you. That's you in your confidence, in your power. You doing your own thing. Yeah, promises is honouring yourself, being loyal to yourself. And we have the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which she knows how she feels, she says how she feels, and yeah, honor your feelings as well. So, final deck, Oracle of Shadows and Light. What's the final thing that we need to know or need to learn from this relationship? And as I say, it's hard to know what is going on with the other person, which probably it's not as important as what's going on with you and what you've learned, but they just seem to be in a lot of bloody pain and turmoil, which is not very nice. So, yeah, all because of communication or lack of communication or ineffective communication. Right, what's the final thing we need to know? Back off. And I will get one more and I will check the book. Maybe not for the whole reading, but I would say that's about boundaries for sure. But let's have a look what else comes out. We get, let's try that again because they kind of bounce rather than, they're sort of bouncing around now, they're not coming out properly. I'm just actually looking, is this the right deck for this? Yeah, it is. It doesn't feel like it's the right deck because I've got a few by this particular artist and they're so similar, sometimes you can't tell. Let's get one more. What do we need to learn from this situation? Okay, there we go. Done. Magical space clearing time and calm amid chaos. And that to me connects to that surrender drama card. So let's have a quick look in the book. '22. I think I'll just go over the main points. Yeah, it just says that back off card, Voodoo in Blue, back off from a personal situation that is not in your best interest. That comes with trusting your intuition as well. And you'll also know if people's words and actions don't match. So trust your intuition with that. Yeah, a key thing here, stop being so nice that you send very mixed messages. Hopefully you'll know what that means. Okay, let's look at that Two Little Witches, magical space clearing time. I'm just looking through to see what the key part. This is a really weird message. Okay, that was the first part. Let's go to the second part. That might make more sense. This is about secrets. It's talking about being a guardian of wisdom, knowing when to keep silent and what to keep to yourself. So that secrets card, I mean, it can be about don't keep secrets in relationships, but also protect yourself. And it talks about misfits, which is kind of that quirkiness thing came up in the previous reading as well. What feels like home to you, that theme again of where you feel safe to express yourself. Maybe you didn't feel safe with this person and you didn't express yourself. Maybe they didn't feel safe with you for whatever reason. It could be because of their experiences. I mean, it is a lot about esoteric stuff and mystics and oppression, but in terms of this reading, it could be about protecting yourself and clearing out anything that's not in alignment with what you want and who you are. Right, 32, Sea Storm, calm amid chaos. So it's a time for change. It talks about using your inner guidance and your inner wisdom and being more flexible, which I think you're doing. I think that has come up, that you are learning to, I mean, I don't want to say doing things differently, although that's come up in the other messages around this theme as well. But I guess you are learning to do things differently, and you have been trying to do things differently to get what you want and to get things that are in alignment with you. So I will leave it there. I know that one was very long, but I appreciate you watching and I hope you got something really useful from it. So thanks for watching again and take care.